Hello, everybody. So it's good to be here at the Copenhagen Democracy Summit. It's my second time here, and this is extremely important topic because the fights that are going around in the world is not only about the things we see, but it's also about democracy. It's about autocracies fighting democracies. We see autocracies on the rise, and if we take Ukraine, for example, it's also that Russia did not or was not afraid that Ukraine would really invade Russia. They started this war because they saw democracy expanding to Ukraine. That means also coming closer to their borders. Why is Putin afraid of this? Is because in democracy, leaders are held responsible for their decisions, and in democracy, you can never get the vote from people to go and attack a neighboring country. And therefore, this is also something that we are discussing here today, how to protect democracies and how to support those who have chosen the way of democracy.
Ms. Kallas, is the EU preparing any sanctions, Russia sanctions package beyond the 17 package that's already on the table? And if so, what would that be?
Yes, we are constantly preparing different packages because we need to put more pressure on Russia to stop this war. And we have the tools, the economic tools to pressure them. So we are working on the 17th package. I hope that we get this adopted on the FAC that we have next week. And then we are working on the next package. And there was also calls from different member states to mirror what is discussed in America in, Senator Lindsey Graham package for sanctions to do something similar in Europe. But of course, we are not there yet.
Isn't it also important not only to add more sanctions, but also to enhance enforcement to prevent circumvention and breach of sanctions?
Absolutely. Circumvention of sanctions is a big problem, and that's why we have already introduced, criminal punishment for those who circumvent sanctions, because it's clear that it's European companies that want to still benefit from Russia, and these are the same people very often that are complaining about why is this war still going on. The war is still going on because we haven't done enough, and we haven't focused our efforts to do more, to really put pressure on Russia to stop this war. So, of course, we are also talking with those countries that are helping the circumvention of sanctions, but we also need to look within ourselves, because it's European companies that want to still, buy and sell to Russia.
Are you optimistic that you can proceed hand in hand with the U.S. administration on Ukraine, or do you think Europe has to move on more independently?
We have been discussing what we are going to do, and of course we are hoping that America also sees what this fight is about, and America is supporting Ukraine as well. Of course, we want to get to a peace agreement, and we want to get peace. I think more than anybody want peace than Ukrainians. But in order to get there, we need to put pressure on Russia, because it takes two to want peace. It only takes one to want war, and Russia clearly wants war. So I think the package of sanctions that they are preparing in Senate is a good example that they see this picture in a similar way.
It's been reported that Mark Rutte is proposing a new NATO target of 5%, 3.5 plus 1.5. Is this your preferred model as well?
It's clear that we need to do more. We need to invest more in defense. That is very clear for all the European countries. We have the 2% since 2014, and now countries are reaching this target. But considering the security environment, it's clearly not enough. But I wouldn't get stuck in the numbers. I would actually, focus on the capabilities that we need, and also the thinking. So far, the thinking has been that, security is national, but we need to think regional. We are in this together as Europeans, and therefore we should also invest together in the big capabilities. For example, air defense. It is very expensive, but we have a lot of small countries in Europe, and if we do it together, we can cover a lot of areas. So I think these are the things that we need to think about.
Do you think Russia is really interested in peace talks in Turkey? Because
I don't think they are interested in peace. And why? Because they are still bombing Ukraine. I mean, if they would be interested in peace, they could stop right now. I mean, it has been over 2 months since Ukraine agreed to unconditional ceasefire. We have seen only from Russia that they are playing games. So Russia is clearly playing games, trying to find time, hoping that the time is on their side. So we haven't seen any good efforts or good signs from their side.
Sorry, how we can increase air defense in Ukraine?
Air defense is something that Ukrainians always ask because it is protecting the civilians. And of course, we were just there in May, in the 9th of May, I mean, on Friday in Ukraine, and we saw, a lot of people who had suffered because of missile strikes, because of the attacks by the Russians. And of course, it is very clear that attacking civilians or civilian infrastructure is against humanitarian law. So it shouldn't be happening, but it's happening, and therefore it is needed air defense. Of course, we have some countries who have the air defense that they could also give, and we are trying to talk to them to give more to Ukraine in order to really protect them from those attacks that are still going on.
We want to give a Sky Shield. It's an initiative to protect Ukrainians from the...
Yes. No, this is very, very important because this suffering is untenable, really, in Ukraine. Thank you very much, and all the best to you.